let me show you how we use the magnet levels to get intraday trades. You could use them for short scalps, although on NQ, this distance is by no means short here. If you look at eye level here, it's at 257 to 314. So you're going to get a significant move here of about 40 points, 50 points or more as we move up. The magnet levels, let's get right to it. These levels are the areas on the tape where you will see interest show up and shifts in volume. Now, it means that you can see a help there, buyers or sellers step in, depending on your direction, or you will see orders sitting there. This is the actual areas where you check the tape. Now, here's the level piece marker map, this indicator. These, as you know, these levels I plotted before the bell. We're live in the market right now. Just look at how the market holds. We had a variance zone, this variance zone here, it's purple and indicates sell pressure. We open above it and we come into it. Sellers are still there, dominant, but they're dissipating. The LIS is the level of institutional support, also known as the line of the sand. This is where, again, it's been identified before the day starts. This is absolutely where the market has to start its balance at. So we pay attention to how we hold the preferred time frame. You can trade on any time frame, but the structural time frame to start is the 15-minute, right? You can see your structure on the 15, drop down to the 5-3 or the 1 if you want to enter. It's up to you. You just need to make sure that your risk is set appropriately. Okay? So once we see where the variance zones are, where we see the LIS is in relation to the regime line, now we have a structure. Now we understand where sellers may show up, where buyers may show up. This tail area, as you know by now, this is a variance zone. The buyers are sitting here. We look at this area for a reverse stall or trap to the upside. We look at the purple area for a reverse stall trap to the downside. Now, I get a lot of questions, Joe. We get a lot of questions on these levels here. Some people may say, well, there's a lot of levels up here. That is no problem. You need to know every time relevant, keyword relevant volume will show up. If you don't want to see those levels, super simple. You can click the level B settings, the market map settings, and you can simply just hide the magnet lines, right? And many traders do that if they just want the overall direction. We like to show our magnet lines because I want to know what's happening in between the major zones or off of the major levels. So we're going to go back to the settings, scroll on down, show magnet lines. Now, when we show those, let's see how we can take a trade. Clearly out the open, sellers show up, right? A beautiful move down to the LIS. So as we saw the move breaking down past this variance zone right there, let's go ahead and highlight that. Then, or rather past this magnet level here and into the variance zone, this is an entry right there, right here. This is an entry, okay? What you want to do, if you are so inclined, if it aligns with your system, we know that sellers are here. So I am good for a trade from this area to here. I'm good for that. That's the setup that we like to see if we're going to take a trade right off the gate. So you don't take that from 29179 all the way down to 29113. So you're going to get about a 70-point move right off the gate there. That's a solid trade. Once you get to the LIS, we are either out of the trade or our stop is right there for the reversal. The second portion of the trade that you want to see, again, we're just talking about how we're using this. We're going to take it off of the variance zone. This is our favorite trade right here because the regime line tells us the sentiment of the overall week in relation to hedging. The LIS tells us where Wall Street or the institutions have to balance. When these two are stacked like that, for us, we want to make this clear, for us, for this setup we like, this is a near 90%. For us, meaning most of the time, 90% of the time, we're going to take this trade because we feel very confident that the market will hold here and shoot to the upside, right? At the very least, the market is going to shoot to our next target, right? Where's the target? Target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, target 5, right? So now that we're hitting those targets and it's just rolling to the upside, you may come into an area where you see a magnet levels like this. What do? Right? Well, this is the case, but in this case, if you're mounting the trade already and you want to hold through this on this pullback, this is beautiful. Remember, this is released before the bell. So you have a framework. Well, what we do is we look at the pullback. We're looking at a number of things. So first, we're going to look at the level-based VPAX. This is our volume indicator. It has a trading signal in it, and there are specific things and nuances to this indicator that make it superior. Number one, it's going to be your exhaustion bands up here, but the primary we're going to say is this Delta-EMA. It is actually measuring and pulling delta and volume metrics there that we like to see, right? In delta or volumetric bars, volume footprint bars, those are popular with some traders. The problem is they print too much on your screen and they turn you into a scalper. We don't like that. You can scalp if you want, but we don't want to be forced to look at 50,000 little indicators on the screen. You can clearly see our screen is very clear, right? We have 4 primary indicators, volume-based, right? Market structure-based, and we go from there. In this case, when we see the Delta-EMA, we know that the bullish sentiment is still strong. Why? Because this line right here where you see red, green, this flip, this is called the zero line. As long as we're above there, this isn't just an EMA or some, weak average line. No, this means that interest in the market, according to actual volume and shares or contracts on the tipper that we're trading, is supporting the move to the upside, right? That's where it means. Until we see this Delta-EMA break the zero line, we do not have hard confidence in the market and it's moving to the upside, right? But in this case, we do. Therefore, once we see this pullback here, we watch the Delta-EMA, look at the spacing between the Delta-EMA and the zero line. That's a considerable amount, meaning we would have to take a hard dive down in delta inside the volume, right? And move past the zero line for the market to see a drastic move. But once we hit that 11:45 time frame, we don't see that, right? You see a very nice, you could say doji, spinning top, whatever you want to say it, very thin hammer, and it holds the Delta-EMA above the zero line. So although we do have sell pressure, we can assume that buyers are still in control from the price action, and we can know factually that buyers are still in control because the delta, which is a very important volume metric, has not switched past the zero line. With that in mind, now we go to our magnet levels. These are the levels where we're checking the tape. So at this point, before this candle closes here, right in the last minute or two, we're looking at the tape specifically around 2.9, 2.57, or we're just watching period, the chart here, and we're looking for a break. Well, look at what the Delta-EMA does. It holds there. It does not try to reclaim the zero line. Once we see that action, well, guess what? This is the entry. And if you want a short, simple trade, you just take it here from this level right there to this level right there. That is a solid trade. That is how you use the magnet levels. They are intermediary targets, but more importantly, they are the areas where you are checking the tape, where buyers or sellers will shift hands, we could say, and then you confirm that with the VPAX, the level-based VPAX volume indicator. Very powerful setup. You can see our chart stays very, very clean, and we're already positioned to go to the upside in this case in the market. So that's just a little tip to how we read the market, how we're using these magnet levels. Of course, inside of the market map here, you can change the settings of that if you want. But it's been an awesome day. All right, guys. Hopefully that helps you. Happy trading.